Hi there, Perfecto here and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you have a great day. A couple of months ago I uploaded a video called Hotel Room Hack for Touring Guitar Players, and in that video I used the Gokko Audio Axe MX300 multi-effects pedal. So in this video we are going to take a closer look at that unit, twiddle some knobs, and check out the tones and features that it has to offer. If you're new here, I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you'll know whenever I have a new video out. And make sure to watch until the end of the video where I will tell you where you can buy your own Gokko Audio Axe MX300. Now the Gokko Audio Axe MX300 is designed to be a portable and sort of all-in-one versatile solution for the guitar player. The included effects and features will pretty much handle most, if not all, of your gig needs. It has flexible ins and outs as well. Aside from the regular 1/4 inch guitar input and guitar output, it also boasts an effects loop so that you can patch effects after the drive but before the modulation and time-based sections. It has an 8-inch auxiliary jack if you want to plug in a music player of sorts so that you can jam to your tunes. It has an 8-inch headphone jack that is speaker simulated so that you can jam quietly, or you can plug it into any Bluetooth or portable speaker, just like I did in that Hotel Room Hacks video I mentioned earlier. And finally, there's an XLR DI out jack that has the same speaker simulation as the headphone out so that you can plug directly into front of house or into your audio interface for recording. For this video, I'll be using my Majesty Guitars Banawi Burst with DiMarzio pickups, the Saturate in the bridge, and a PAF Joe in the neck. Everything's plugged into a Fender style amp, set very clean and very dry, so all the sounds that you are going to hear will be coming from the Axe MX300. For reference, here is the clean, unaffected sound. First up is the tuner. When engaged, it cuts out the guitar signal so that you can tune silently, let's say when you're on stage. The display is nice and bright, and it has enough increments so that you can really get into fine tuning. Now the next button controls the overdrive or boost function. It is basically like two pedals in one. You can either choose overdrive or boost using this mini toggle switch right here. Okay, toggle down, it's the clean boost. Toggled up is your overdrive. Now let's listen to the overdrive first. The overdrive has a screamer type voicing with that mid hump. However, instead of having a single tone control to shape the sound, you have separate controls for the highs and the lows. And it's a pure overdrive, so it does not go into distortion territory despite how high you set the drive knob. Okay, let's switch down to the boost option. The clean boost is designed to add more body to your tone and perhaps a slight bit of hair. So if this is your clean sound, boost on. It's also great to transform your single coil tones from normal to hot. And like the overdrive, turning up the gain does not turn it into a distortion, but rather just adds more hair to your tone. Now let's check out the distortion next. The distortion section has a ton of gain. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the gain knob set at 9 o'clock. And it's already plenty gritty. Let's turn it up. 12 o'clock. More. The tone knob has a pretty good range, so you can match the distortion tone to pretty much any amp. Now another thing you can do is to turn the distortion gain down so that you can get a nice and crunchy rhythm sound, and stack your overdrive or boost into it so that you can get your lead sound. When stacking the overdrive and distortion together, just be careful where you set your gains, because too high a setting, you'll get a ton of noise. Right now, my sweet spot is around 9 o'clock for both the overdrive and distortion gain knobs. Now, before we go into the modulation and time-based sections, I just have to quickly mention that the effects loop has an on-off switch. If you don't have anything plugged into the effects loop, just make sure that it is switched to the on position. Otherwise, you won't get any sound. Next up is the chorus. I like this chorus because it does not weaken your guitar signal. And you can control the amount of effect by the level knob. So you can go from almost nothing to full on really 80s wishy-washy dreamlike chorus. Next up is the delay, which is a nice analog type. The delay repeats degrade quite nicely so that it does not get in the way of your playing. Let's turn the mix up. And you can turn the repeats up so that it goes into oscillation. And tweaking the time knob gives you all those spaceship sounds. Finally, we get to the reverb section, which is a nice spring type reverb. Being a spring type, you can easily drench your guitar tone with a ton of reverb using the mix knob. And with the dwell knob, you can control the size of the reverb. And with non-musical noises, you can almost swear that there's a bunch of springs inside the effects unit. It's great for like surf type stuff. I also find that the reverb adds just a tiny bit of brightness to the sound. So if you're going to leave it on the whole time, you'll have to adjust your EQ on your amp. And finally, rounding out the knobs is the master volume output, which controls the signal strength that you send either through the 1/4 inch output or the XLR-DI output. To complete this video, I will let you hear how the Gokko Audio Axe MX300 sounds through the XLR-DI out plugged straight into my audio interface. As you can hear, the speaker simulation circuit sounds really good when you engage the distortion and overdrives. Now the clean sound is a little dark sounding, mainly because there isn't a set of tone controls to shape the clean sound. So what you're hearing is the sound of the guitar direct into the audio interface. You can remedy this by using a preamp plugged into the effects loop section of the MX300. If you're using an actual amp, you can set it up for cable method so that the overdrive and boost goes into the front of your guitar amp, and then the send of your guitar amp goes back into the MX300, and that way you can use the amp's preamp to shape the clean sound. Now if you're going to use the MX300 as a purely direct to the board or direct to interface rig, you can plug a preamp pedal into the effects loop, such as this Gokko Audio American Box preamp pedal. Now let me plug this in and I'll show you how it works. Okay, now I have everything patched in. The MX300 send goes into the input of the preamp box, and the preamp box output goes into the return of the MX300. Now make sure that you turn off the effects loop toggle switch, because otherwise you're not gonna include the preamp into the signal chain. So now compare the sound without the preamp. So without the preamp, it's a little dull sounding. And with the preamp, and again, I have to stress that if you are using the MX300 with an actual guitar amp, then you don't need the preamp. Now let's tweak the effects so that we can take advantage of our new clean direct sound. Okay, there you have it. That is the Gokko Audio Axe MX300 multi-effects unit. To learn more about Gokko Audio and their complete line of effects and accessories, go to their website, gokkoaudio.com. In the Philippines, Gokko Audio products are available through SoundForge Manila. So message them on Facebook to get your own MX300 or to check out the other Gokko Audio effects. Finally, here in the US, you can get your Axe MX300 through my Amazon affiliate link in the description box below. Well, that's it for now. Don't forget to let me know what you think about the MX300 in the comment section below. Feel free to share this video with your friends, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm gonna keep on playing because you know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers.